Hey everyone, welcome to the Team Fit Revolution weekly call. I am so excited that you guys are here live or tuning into the recording because tonight we are going to be talking about a really important subject that I realize we don't talk about nearly enough for how goal-oriented like we should be. We don't talk about this nearly enough. Oh, you're fine, Alex. No worries. I really want to get into the habit of not only talking about goals, but setting goals on a monthly basis and giving you different ways to set goals because I don't think that there's one way. There's definitely some things that you want to think about, kind of general rules when setting goals, but like really there's so many different takes on goal setting. So every month, we're going to kick off the month with a goal setting call. I'm doing this month's goal setting call. Emma is going to be doing next month's goal setting call. Alexa is going to be doing December's goal setting call. And we're really going to think about our goals, reevaluate our goals, and really understand that goals change over time and they might shift. And if you don't take the time to set goals, but then also reevaluate the goals that you set, they may not align with your why. They may not align with your bigger vision. And if you get to that point where you've got these goals and this vision and it doesn't align and they start to kind of not connect, you're not going to be motivated. You're not going to be willing to make the sacrifices that it takes to make your why your reality. Does that make sense? Like the little things have got to align with the bigger things that you want to achieve. Okay. So I'm really excited about this because you're going to get different perspectives on goal setting and have a chance to reevaluate your goals on a monthly basis. And honestly, it's going to hold me accountable to writing down my goals every single month. I mean, how many of you guys write down your goals every single month? Because I don't. I'll be honest. I like kind of set them up here. I'm like, yes, this is what I want to do this month. But like, I'm really hit or miss if I actually write them down. And that is just some straight up honesty right there. And I realize that I need to be better about this. And if I need to be better about this, chances are there's some people on the team that also need to be better about this. So let's be better together, because that's what we do in this community is we really lift each other up and we hold each other accountable to being the best versions of ourselves. And that's why I love this community. Okay. So let's hold each other to a higher standard and get in the habit of setting goals, not only setting goals, but writing down those goals every single month, sharing them into the team page for accountability, and constantly reevaluating if our short-term goals are aligning with our long-term vision. There has to be that alignment. Okay. So tonight's call is going to be pretty short and sweet. Please take notes, write this stuff down. If you probably won't have time to set goals while we're on the call together, but I want you guys to sit down and think about this stuff and really, write these things down. Okay. So let's just go ahead and dive into it. So I really feel like you can't set goals until you have a vision. You can't set goals until you have a really clear why. And you have to have clarity with your why. You can't just be like, it cannot just be a surface level why. You need to get really deep on your bigger vision and your why. And I was actually thinking recently, I was like, man, I feel like my why personally, I've been a coach, you guys, for 5 years. And when I started coaching, my why was to basically drop out of school and be able to build my own business and not have to work for somebody else, and to be able to create a life by design that gave me time and financial freedom to make my health and happiness a priority, to travel, to be able to work from anywhere, to be able to work when I wanted to be able to set my own schedule. That was my really big driving why. And then I reached that, and I kind of hit this plateau in my business once I reached that why, because I didn't give myself the space to dream bigger than that. I didn't give myself the opportunity to say, okay, now I've achieved this. What's my why today? It changed, yet I didn't seek clarity on that change. And so I was in this really kind of confusing space where I wasn't as driven to do the things that I needed to do every single day in my business. And it wasn't until I really upgraded my why and my vision that I was then able to reach my short-term goals as well. So if you feel like maybe your why, they always say like your why should make you want to cry, but it really should. I did this really great exercise that I highly recommend you do to get clarity on your why. And basically, I want you to write a letter to yourself in 10 years. Where do you want to be in 10 years? And I want you to write in as much detail exactly what your life is going to look and feel like in 10 years. What do you want it to look and feel like? And that is going to help you kind of start molding what that why looks like, right? I think sometimes when we say, what is your why? That's like, ooh, like, I don't know. I want to stay at home with my kids or whatever. Well, get deeper than wanting to stay at home with your kids. The letter to myself that I wrote in 10 years, do you guys want me to read it? Would that be interesting? Okay, I'll go get it. Here we go. We're going to take a field trip with Lauren's computer up into my bedroom because that's where the letter is. Okay, so it was like I got so emotional, and I might get emotional when I read this to you guys because I actually haven't read it to anyone yet. But it was like, it should get you this emotional, and it felt so good writing this stuff down. I was like, yeah, like I am going to make that happen. And it really, oh gosh, okay, I'm getting pumped up just thinking about it. So I guess it's working, right? That's the whole point, is you should get so jazzed up about it that you want to hop out of bed at frickin' 5:30 in the morning to do your workout at 6. You know, like it should get you that jazzed up, okay? So here we go. This is totally impromptu. Today is September 14th, 2027. I am 36 years old, married. I have 2 kids, and I am living my dream. I'm a wife, a mother, business owner, and a serial entrepreneur. My coaching business is what started it all. Since I have expanded and owned 3 companies, I have a successful business, but I always make my family and Zach the number one priority. I have an amazing team who helps me juggle it all. I love waking up early, taking care of me, gently waking up my daughter for school, and being able to take her to the Waldorf school, which is a private school I want to send my kids to. It is so amazing to see life through a child's eyes again. I know she's going to grow up and do beautiful things with her life. I love being a mom and learning from the challenges it brings. I'm so thankful my business allows me to be a mom first. I believe I will always work for myself and have a passion for empowering others to do the same. My first book has already inspired others to chase their dreams. I'm thinking of writing a second book soon. Zach has an upcoming yoga retreat in Thailand. I'm so excited. Our life today is simple, but rich and full. I'm so grateful for the challenges that brought me here today. Life is good. XOXO, Lauren. Yeah, and I drive past the Waldorf school every single day. And every time I drive past the Waldorf school, I think about taking my child there. And like, you know, I just wrote a whole letter about how like family and creating a family and being there for my family and being able to be present and involved in my children's lives. Like that's my why today. Do you think that when I was a 21-year-old college student who was broke as a joke, I was thinking about having babies and taking them to the Waldorf school? Like, no. So my point is your why is going to change and evolve over time, and you've got to constantly be reevaluating what is most important to you. And your business can take you to that bigger vision and the why, but you've got to make sure that you always check in and make sure it aligns. I think I've pretty much hammered that point home, right? Okay, so write a letter to yourself and talk about what your ideal day looks and feels like in as much detail as possible. How do you want to be able to spend your time? What have you accomplished in the next 10 years? Like I wrote there, my first book has already inspired others. So I've already written a book and I'm thinking about writing another one. And, you know, this is a great activity, a letter to yourself in 10 years. Please do it. But you can also, you know, take this and make it into a vision board. You could put this into a visual reminder. It is very important to have as many visual cues that are going to get you to think about that why as often as possible, daily if you can. I'm going to change positions because this is not comfortable. Hi. Okay. So, yeah, really get clear on that. Get clarity on your why, get clarity on your bigger vision. And, feel free to share your 10-year letter, go live in the team page and read it to us. Maybe I'll even do that for those that didn't get on the call. And share your vision board if you create a new vision board. I know probably in December when Alexa does her call, we'll have a vision board party, but feel free to get started on these things now. Make a vision board on Canva and save it as the screensaver on your laptop or the screensaver on your phone so that, every time you are opening these things that you do daily, make a vision board with magazine paper. Don't go put it somewhere in your house that you never see it. Put it in your bathroom because I know you're in your bathroom every single day, right? So you want to make sure you put these things somewhere that you're going to get the reminders. Otherwise, what's the point, right? And I'm going to put this letter, I actually might frame this letter, honestly. I might frame it and just put it in my office and remind myself because seriously, guys, this motivates me so much. This makes me want to do whatever I have to do to make this vision a reality. Okay, and so that takes me to my next point, which is to set short-term goals that are going to help you make your long-term vision a reality. And it's important to set both short-term and long-term goals and to write them down. That's really the key piece because when you write things down, it is like you are speaking directly to the universe and saying, hello, universe, this is what I'm doing. I'm going to do it. Watch me. You're energetically showing your commitment versus just mentally thinking about your goals. When you write them down, it just up-levels everything that's going to come into your life, the flow of energy and abundance, okay? And one of the key goal setting things that I learned pretty early on in my business from Chalene Johnson is to set SMART goals. Does anyone know what SMART goals are? Alexa, you want to share what SMART goals are? Are you raising your hand? I can't tell.
Yeah, I was like, well, I don't know if somebody else wants to answer, but specific, measurable, attainable. I don't remember what's the R? Relevant and time sensitive or time bound, right?
Yep. So you got to get really specific. You got to get super specific. The more specific, the better. Okay. And, measurable. How are you going to be able to tell if you reach that goal? How are you going to measure it? I'm trying to think of an example of what wouldn't be a measurable goal. I want to lose, and I hate weight loss goals, but this is just the first thing that popped into my head. I want to lose weight before Christmas. A measurable goal would be I want to lose 5 pounds before Christmas. Okay, that's just a really basic example that just came to my mind. But attainable, something that you can actually do. So it can't be I want to make $1 million this year because that's probably not attainable unless you win the lottery, and the chances of that are very slim. Now, someday that might be attainable, but this year, probably not. So put a date on that type of big goal that's going to be attainable 5 years, 10 years from now, or whatever. Make sure it's relevant. That totally goes along with what I was saying, that your goals are going to change over time. They are going to be constantly shifting because you are always changing, right? So you got to make sure that whatever your goals are, they're relevant to who you are today. And totally accept and allow yourself to change and allow your goals to change as well. Time bound. They've got to have a date and a deadline. Just like dates and deadlines work so well for getting people in our challenge groups, your goals need dates or deadlines. Otherwise, you will basically procrastinate until it never happens, right? So if you have a date or deadline, it gives you something to kind of break it down into smaller pieces and to work towards, and to also put a fire under your butt to actually make it happen. Okay. So now that I want to run 3 miles in less than 30 minutes, or however long it takes to run 3 miles. Yeah, I want to run 3 miles. I mean, that's kind of or measurable, but yeah, that's so much more specific to run 3 miles in less than 30 minutes. That would be a great example of a SMART goal. You need a deadline behind that. So I want to run 3 miles in less than 30 minutes by the end of December. Okay. Thanks, Shanice. My creative thinking on the fly is dwindling for the day. But now I want to give you guys some activities. So we've already talked about writing a letter to yourself 10 years from now. I really look forward to hearing those. And then another awesome activity that I've done with some of my coaches, and it was really fun to like reflect on these, is setting crazy cool goals. So what do I mean? I want you to write 10 crazy cool goals. So these are like dream big, allow yourself to achieve basically anything, take off any limitations, and list 10 crazy cool big goals by finishing this sentence. So write this sentence down. It would be crazy cool if 12 months from now, ... It would be crazy cool if 12 months from now, I had 20 coaches in the UK. It would be crazy cool if 12 months from now, Zach and I bought our first house. It would be crazy cool if 12 months from now, I had a child. It would be crazy cool if, you know what I'm saying? You get it? 10 of those. 10 crazy cool things that make you want to just like jump out of bed. 10 crazy cool things that are going to get you to jump out of bed and to do the hard things that you're going to need to do to reach your goals. Because let me tell you, it's not going to be easy. No one said it would be easy, but I promise it'll be worth it, right? Okay. So now you've got 12 crazy cool big goals. Okay. So we got kind of our vision for the next year. We got a 10-year vision. We got a year vision. Now we need to break those. We're going to focus on the 12-month ones for right now. We need to break those into both quarterly and monthly goals to help you achieve the bigger things. Now, what I often find stops people from achieving their big goals is they look at their list of 10 crazy big goals and they go, that I can't do that. That's just so big. That's so scary. I could never do that. And yeah, let's not make it a goal to win the lottery because that's all chance and luck. And I don't know that goals should be based on chance or luck. I mean, I guess some of the things I said could be debatably based on chance or luck, but regardless, I'm trying to make bank. You can do it with your business. You can be a millionaire with your business. That's a really cool thing. Maybe not in a year and maybe not in one lottery ball's drawing, but you can totally be a part of that Millionaires Club. And that's one of my big goals, actually, is to be in the Millionaires Club before I turn 30. I'm 26, just for reference. But anyways, so the reason people don't achieve those big goals is because they seem too big. They talk themselves out of it before they even start. They're like, well, that would be nice, but they start listing off all of the reasons that doesn't seem possible, or they start doubting themselves. All their limiting beliefs start coming to the surface, and that voice inside tries to talk you out of doing scary things, especially if they're outside your comfort zone, especially if you're going to have to get uncomfortable to achieve those big goals. Your fight or flight responses, some instincts that have been ingrained in you through so many years are going to stop you. Yes, 5-second rule, right? 5-second rule, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And if you have not listened or read that book yet, you need to. It has changed my life. And it is one of the most practical and applicable to all areas of life personal development books that I have ever read. And I've read a lot of personal development books over the years. So break those big, crazy, cool goals into both quarterly and monthly goals, okay? So let's start with, we just started Q4, fourth quarter. Fall, winter, that's fourth quarter. So what do you want to achieve by the end of the year? By the end of the year, ... set goals that you want to achieve by the end of the year. That's going to be this quarter's goals, okay? And then after you set this quarter's goals, we're going to go a level deeper and set October goals, okay? So set October goals that are going to help you achieve your quarterly goals and that also align with the bigger vision that you are trying to create, okay? And I want you to create a graphic of your October goals and to share the graphic of your October goals in the team page. So you can do this on an app like WordSwag, Rana Design, you could do Canva, however you want to do it. I want you to not only write these goals down in your planner, I want you to write them down like a couple times because the more you write it down, the better, right? So write them down, brainstorm your goals, and then make a graphic of it and put that graphic, post it in the team page. Maybe you even post it on social media for accountability. Maybe you save it as your background on your phone. Whatever it is that you need to do. I'm trying to think of other ways you could remind yourself. Print it out, tape it to the dashboard of your car, print it out and put it on your mirror that you look at every day. So that first thing when you're brushing your teeth in the morning, you're looking at your goals. You got to be really intentional about this stuff. Otherwise, it's not just going to happen. It's not just going to happen. 10 goals for every time period. Lisa asked if you should set 10 goals for every time period. Definitely set 10 crazy cool goals. And then I'm not going to give you a number for both your quarterly and your monthly. That kind of depends on you. I think 10 is a good number, but 5 would be totally sufficient as well. I'm not sure that the number of goals matters as much as just writing them down and making sure that you're hitting all areas of life. So like think beyond business, set personal goals for your own health and fitness journey, set, how many books you want to read, all sorts of different things. But I don't want to box you in there. You can break down your goals as much or as little as you want, kind of. And so if you break them down a lot, you're probably going to have more goals, right? You're going to have more little goals that you're going to be able to check off. And then if you don't break them down as much, you might have fewer. Does that make sense? But I think what's really important is to set 10 crazy cool 12-month from now goals, quarterly goals for the end of the year, and then October goals. But you really can't set October goals until you do the other two, right? So if you don't have clarity on your vision, if you don't really know what your why is, you're going to have trouble setting quarterly goals that really drive your heart and soul. And then monthly, you're not going to be motivated either. So you got to start with the bigger vision. Shalene Johnson's push journal. There's a million ways to set goals. And this is by means not the only way. This is just one way. And like I said, this is something we're going to do monthly. And each month you will be given a different perspective on goal setting because it is such a subjective thing. Of course, like you should set SMART goals like Shalene says, and we talked about earlier. But beyond that, I don't want to say that there's a right or wrong way to do it, right? I think what's really important is that you just get serious about it, that you get clear and you really tell the universe that you're serious by writing it down and affirming what you want to have happen with daily reminders. Okay. Any questions about goal setting? Type in the chat box if so. Is anyone interested in doing a book club around finding your why? I feel like this is something that a lot of people struggle with, which is getting clarity on their why. Like, maybe you kind of know what you want to achieve, but you're not exactly sure. And Simon Sinek, he just came out with a new book called Find Your Why. And I just downloaded it on Audible. I haven't listened to it yet, but I was thinking that might be a good book for a book club. So if anyone's interested in a book club, please either comment in the chat box now or let me know in the team page underneath this recording. And we can put that on the calendar maybe for next month, a Find Your Why book club. So let me know. Okay, it sounds like some people are interested in that. Sweet. Cool. I'm really not very good at running book clubs. I don't really know how to host them. So if anyone has ideas of like or wants to help with the Find Your Why book club, please reach out to me, because I would love some help with leading that. I've never really been a part of a book club, besides the ones that I've just created and winged. But that's how you learn, right? Spread your wings and catch yourself on the way down. Okay, so if there's not any questions, that's pretty much everything that I've got for you guys tonight. Short and sweet team call. But I'm really excited to talk about goal setting on a monthly basis and to also get into the habit of sharing our goals. So I want you to do these activities and to post your goals in the team page by Sunday. Okay, right? We gotta set SMART goals for our goals, right? So post your goals in the team page by Sunday. I'm gonna put a post up in the team page right after this call, a place for you to kind of comment below underneath with your image of your goals. But please, please, please hold yourself accountable by sharing with the team. It'll also encourage other people to do the same thing. So I really appreciate your leadership, and thank you so much for being on tonight's call. Stick around for a post-call giveaway, as always. Does anyone here have the push journal? It sounds like Evie does. Maybe she can tell you more about it. I don't have the push journal. The push journal, I'm assuming, is different than the push book, right? Yeah? Okay. I don't have the journal, but I do have the push book. Which is really good. I should do that again. Right? Isn't it 30 days? It's like a 30-day push. Yeah. Cool. So, yeah, if you are interested, if you love goal setting and this is something that you would love to talk about on a future team call, let me know. And I'd love to have some guest speakers because, like I said, I hope to bring a different speaker so that we can have fresh perspectives on this each and every month. Okay, thanks so much for being on live, you guys, or watching the recording. And if you have any questions, just post in the team page.